Gaffer, talk us through how you're feeling after that.
Delighted for the club. I think we all know how important it is, and I appreciate it's big for Championship and League One clubs, and they all like the fairy tale of the cup. But I just feel the predicament that we're in at this point in time. You see it happen in England sometimes, that teams want to drop out of a cup because they want to concentrate and make themselves safe in the league. But for me, I think they go hand in hand, and a good cup run can give us a bit of buzz and momentum that we can carry into our league form. So from that, the hand that we were dealt after 25-30 minutes, and how it was looking like panning out, credit to the guys. I thought second half in particular, not just the result, but I thought the manner of how we managed the second half to get ourselves back into the game was fantastic.
Maybe a wee bit cliched here, but real character from the team today. I mean, down to 10 men, 2-0 down at half time. Obviously not an easy game to come up against a team that are in form in the Championship as well. To produce that today and get the win and through to the next round.
Hugely, and when the sending off and the second goal came 35 odd minutes, the 10 minutes before half time was a car crash. It was a mess in relation to it. Really shook us and we really lost our way, and it probably took half time for us to reset more than anything else and calm in relation to that we only needed 2 goals even, and one would have been enough to send them spinning, and to give us a chance of getting the second. But to get all 3 in the way that, as you say, in the manner of how we went about it, I'm delighted, and it's delighted for the club and fans, but importantly just the players. I thought they were outstanding today.
First goals today for Cody Cook, Ethan Erhone and Kel McAllister. How was that?
With that many new players, we probably there has to be some from new guys. No, I said to Ethan before the game, I just fancied he'd get one today, and great for Cody. And people will say Cody's is a tap-in, but I said it to him after the game in front of everybody that it's only a tap-in if you anticipate and sprint the 15 yards to get there. So his is probably the best finish of the lot because it's the most important one. We all knew that first goal was going to be the one that would change the outcome of the game or give us a chance of changing the outcome of the game, and credit to him for following it in. So Ethan's was brilliant, great awareness from Stephen. I thought he was right that it was a tight angle. I don't think if he'd have got the shot away, possibly it would have been blocked. So to have the awareness to square to Ethan, and also for Ethan to have the energy from left back to be on the edge of the 6-yard box to do that is outstanding as well. And great for him and a great moment for him. And the winner, listen, it was a lovely 1-2 from Kyle to Stephen. Stephen's great awareness with the back heel into Kyle's path, and it's one of those moments in football that about a second or two before he strikes it, you just know where it's going and you know what's happening, and it's lovely for him. I had a real good chat with him this morning about his experiences of the last couple of years and his frustrations of injury and all that goes with it. And I know his parents are mad St Mirren fans and have been here at quite a few games, and I think for him to come home, he's delighted, number one, to be back at home and be back with his pals, back playing. But at the club, I think that he adores and it grew up at as well. And what a moment for him. No matter what else he does the rest of the season, it's a fantastic moment.
Yeah, a couple of new boys as well with Kyle and Brad as well. What did you make of kind of it feels like it was a harsh red card for him?
Yeah, I'd even query the first one. I thought the first one was a 50-50. I just thought their centre half screamed that attracted the attention of the referee, but it looked like they both won the ball, and then the centre half jumps up 10 seconds later when the yellow's been delivered. And the second one I've watched back on the camera, and my gut feeling at the time was exactly the same. He's one-on-one with the centre half. I've spoken to him before the game that if we get into those wee areas, in particular not to be passing and to run at people. He's done that. He stepped past the centre half. You see it in the footage. The centre half steps out, he shifts the ball past, and there's big contact made between the two bodies, and I don't know, I can't get it, and thankfully it hasn't hurt us today. But there's plenty of times you've seen it in the past that in a scenario like that, we do very well to get out of it.
Popescu, Hladke, easy for me to say, and Tansy all making debuts today as well. How do you feel they performed?
Yeah, all solid performers, and I think obviously when it changes in relation to the red card, we have to change in how we go about it and play it. So Greg was one of those probably more tactical than anything else, but I thought Mihai did really well. I think he's got some really, really good qualities. I think still we need a wee bit of patience in him. I think he wants to go and win every ball and bite at every ball, but I think that'll come very quickly just with the change of leagues. And I've seen enough of Hladke in training and everything else to say that we've a hell of a keeper in our hands, because he's outstanding, both on the ground and both save wise, and I think they'll be 2 really good additions.
We weren't able to fill the bench today. Did that kind of show that you're still kind of a wee bit away from where you want to be?
No, it's great, because I think the key thing is I want to fill it with people who are ready to play for this club and come on, and I'd rather go with a few spaces in the bench than have people here who don't want to be here or who aren't part of it. So I think you can only use 3 subs, so 3 subs is more than adequate. It's like the old school today. We did a defender, a midfielder and an attacker on the bench, and let's be honest, that's all you can use. So knowing that this game was coming up, I don't want to just sign people for the sake of signing people to fill the bench and to have our squad filled for this game. As much as with a little risk, I suppose, in doing that, I still want to wait for the the right player and the correct players, and we've a few hopefully at the start of the week. But it's important, just as I say, that we wait for the right one. So like on days like today, we just have to do that.
Any preferences for the next round?
No, I'm just, as I say, that the big aim before it was to make sure that we're there and be in it. So, we can only take care of what happens on the pitch. The rest is up what happens up there. So no, we'll be happy enough.
Just a wee word on the fans. The atmosphere after we kind of got that first goal right up until the end was really rocking.
It was, and even, let's be honest, during the, I think there was a few boos at half time, but I think that, to be honest, they were with the referee in relation to his decision, and they've been brilliant the whole way along, and probably as much as we were tested today, the fans were tested to the hilt today, and their level of patience, particularly in the first 25 of the second half as we're searching for that first goal, and their understanding to know we're down to 10 men and we have to be patient about how we create that chance, was brilliant. And then I think, listen, once we lit the fuse and once we got the first goal in, as you say, the place was rocking.
Gaffer, well done today.
Thank you, General. Cheers.